Afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Footy Life. Today, we're going to take a look at the second leg action from the UEFA Champions League semi-final matches. We had Man City against PSG and Real Madrid versus Chelsea. Let's get started with the Man City PSG. City won 2-0, 4-1 on aggregate. Shanky, what do you think of the event here, the match?
Yeah, a pretty interesting game for me, to be honest. Like, I was so surprised the game, what happened. I want to talk about PSG again, as mentioned in the previous video, you guys should check it out. It's the same thing. The first half, they play fantastic football. PSG first half, they were playing amazing. They were free flow, hit the post, they were attacking. Marquinhos had a great chance, hit the bar, right? And then I just don't know what happens to them. What happens to PSG? I want to divide this game into two pieces. I think they got unlucky that the first goal by, big long kick by Ederson. Mahrez was there. I felt like Kimpembe should have done better to save it. So credit to City for scoring. But like second half, like playing like kids, like fouling, hitting them, no composure, no calm, and just look at the quality of City. They scored the second goal. It was easy. Like, to me, like, I didn't even think it was competitive. And if Bayern, like, they got lucky with Bayern. You said that, Ronnie. You were right. Like, it's going to come on them. They barely survived Bayern.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. I do think PSG's luck finally ran out. I said it before and I'll say it again. PSG weren't good enough. And I'm surprised they even made it to the semifinals. Yes, this game many people can argue Mbappe wasn't there and he's their star player, even maybe ahead of Neymar. But at this level, you need your team to compete and you can't rely on individual players anymore. City had a team, they turned up as a team, they played as a team, and they won as a team. Game plan worked very well, and City knew what they were up against, so they came well prepared. Whereas PSG, I don't know, they didn't look too interested, especially after falling behind again. John, what do you think?
Yeah, I thought it was a disappointing display from PSG overall. Obviously, like you said, some people will argue not having Mbappe changed, could have been a different outcome, right? If he was on there. But yeah, I mean, having Icardi there, it clearly wasn't the same impact. He got subbed off, second half. Yeah, but to his defense, though, he wasn't getting much service in there. I feel, they're too reliant. PSG is a little bit too reliant on their star players like Mbappe, Neymar, Di Maria. They all expect him to do something, outrageous and kind of carry the team, right? Whereas City, play as a unit. They play together, and that's clearly what PSG didn't do.
Yeah,
You're right.
You're right. Look at PSG. The Barcelona game round of 16, Barcelona would have beat them. If it was Suarez instead of Dembele. Lewandowski, if he was playing, Bayern would have beat them. Right? Oni, just the defense, like no attacking, no creativity, no midfield. John, you're right. They rely on star players, but that's about it.
You're absolutely right, Shanky. What do you guys think of Di Maria's red card? Is that kind of a indication, do you guys think, of what needs to improve with the team? Because it seems like every time PSG are under pressure in a situation where they fall behind, they lose their cool. What do you guys think?
Yeah. To me, for me, I would say, Di Maria's played big games, big final, Champions League, Argentina in the finals. He can handle the pressure. It all comes down to, I remember Thiago Silva for PSG, composure, leader on the field, calm, right? Zlatan, composure on the field, calm. Cavani scoring after goal, composure, calm. Look at Thiago Silva's impact in the Chelsea game. We'll talk about it. Look at Zlatan's impact in Milan. Of course, you lose ahead. Look at the impact from Cavani at United. Composure, people are learning. You need those star players, and you need big guys who calm the team down, and experienced players. And this PSG team, it's a star team, and things are not going their way, they get frustrated. And like, Di Maria probably got frustrated, nothing's going his way. And you're playing a top class team who are dominating possession, who are not making a mistake, who's not even giving you the ball to attack, right? Like, it's hard. I would get frustrated. I would be PSG.
What do you think, Sean?
Yeah, I agree with you, Shanks. I mean, these players need to show a little bit more composure. There needs to be that leader as well. I mean, maybe Marquinhos hasn't been that. He hasn't quite stepped up, I guess. You could say, in the shoes of Thiago Silva, right? I'm sure if Thiago Silva was still there, he probably could, talk some sense into some of his players and, keep them in there, keep them in the game, right? Mentally. But yeah, Di Maria definitely showed his frustration. The game wasn't going their way. Man City controlled it all.
Yeah, absolutely right. Spot on.
Like, just look at the goals. Like, look at the goals they've conceded. Between the wall. The first one. In the first match, the first one, Mahrez, that could have been stopped. Yeah, Zinchenko ran. Marquinhos covered him. It should have been covered. I think Kempepe stretched too much, and Navas should have saved that again. So, I believe the goals were like stoppable if they had the leadership in the back, and they need creativity in the midfield. They need like creativity. Verratti is creative, but he's more of a holding. I think they need to bring some senior players, some experienced players.
I do agree with you. I said it last time, I think, as well, on the last episode, where I thought Verratti, yeah, he is more holding, and they don't have that person to make that thread the needle type of a pass. I mean, look at City's second goal here. I want to give credit here to Kevin De Bruyne, outstanding player for a number of years. And look at that pass he made through the defense for Phil Foden to run onto. Simple cross for Mahrez, and it's in the back of the net. That goal happened because of the vision of De Bruyne and his ability to play that ball. If you don't play that ball, that goal's not happening. So you can even have a best defender in the world, but if that ball goes past him, he's lost as well and stuck and chasing. So credit to Kevin De Bruyne. Fantastic game, fantastic player. We'll see what he does going forward.
Absolutely. Talk about the best midfielders who have that vision. Iniesta, Xavi, Pirlo, these guys, they had the vision. Gerrard, Lampard, they would make those passes so that Icardi would get service. But yeah, and they don't have their creativity mindsets, right? Bruno Fernandes is creating chances. That's why he has a huge impact.
You're right. Let's go over to the second game. John, I'm going to start off this one off with you here. We had a Chelsea versus Real Madrid, and we actually ended up having Chelsea take it 3-1 on aggregate, 2-0 on the day, 1-1 after the first leg. Tell us your thoughts on your team.
Yeah, obviously a little bit disappointed. Expected a lot more from Madrid going into this away leg, but I mean, Chelsea at home, like we said this before, very strong defensively. And you got to give credit to Thomas Tuchel and the whole Chelsea squad. I mean, he came in here and he I guess he installed some discipline in their defense, or he just changed the spirit of the team and just got them to their winning ways, right? Yeah, I mean, I got to give credit to Courtois though as well. He made some really good saves. Again, like the first leg, Chelsea could have been up 3-4 goals ahead of Madrid, first leg and second leg. But yeah, honestly, all I can say is credit to Chelsea and props to you, Ani.
Thank you. Shanky, as a neutral, what do you make of the match?
We're very happy on the all English final. Just shows the quality of English football here. This is the second all English final we're seeing in, I think, the last 2 or 3 years. Brilliant. I'm surprised Madrid still has a good midfield as compared to the previous game we talked about. You have Cruz, Modric, creativity. You have Casemiro, but this Chelsea team, you have to give credit to. And I know why Chelsea doesn't score more, because just Thomas Tuchel, he took them in January. this team has no chemistry. They're still learning. They're still adapting. 9 transfers in this transfer season, still getting chemistry. And it's hard, right? That's where they miss chances. Werner Howard's getting used to it, right? Position changes. But credit to them. They keep scoring. They should have been up 7-8-0 in both legs, or like 5-0, 6-0. So credit to that and Mason Mount. Like, just look at the Mason Mount, the way he recovers the ball, the way he comes back, and he's been scoring. I was making fun of him, including with you and with everybody. Oh, he's Lampard's pet and he's Lampard's boy, and he doesn't deserve to play. And there's other players on the bench, but just look at him scoring again. Proving game after game. Oh, I think Chelsea deserved it. The way they played both legs, and I think it's going to be a very interesting final because Chelsea had knocked City out in the FA Cup, so it'll be a good final.
Yeah, I do think wonderful display from Chelsea overall. Executed perfectly. They knew they weren't necessarily safe with a 1-1. Of course, Madrid did fail to score here today, but you can't take that risk with a world-class team when you're coming up against Madrid like that. And they are a world-class team. This is their competition, as everyone knows, right? So they executed well. They went for goals. They got them. I have to give credit to Madrid, though. Much better start to the game, especially the first 25 minutes. Really pressed Chelsea, really tried to create something around the box, a lot more confident around the box as well, which you could see. But then they died off a little bit and they could never really find their way back into the game. Big topic here for Madrid was having their captain, their leader back, Sergio Ramos. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to stop the talented Chelsea squad that there is right now. Tuchel really, he has his side well drilled. His tactics were spot on. And I think the only thing moving forward for the final is lack of finishing once more, like you guys touched on. Should have been 4 or 5 goals going in again. Conte absolutely denied by the defender, and then I'm sure Courtois would have got a hand to it as well. Mason Mount right over top of Thibaut Courtois. Several other chances as well. So lots to work on for Chelsea there from an offensive standpoint. Defensively, very solid again. Great to see that they've got that rhythm down on defense. Courtois, absolutely the reason why it wasn't more as well. Made some great saves. And I think Real are at a little bit of a stage now. They might need to look outside of their club for some leaders, some other leaders, some more youth again. It's not that they don't have great players, but they got to work on the tactics a bit better. I think maybe they had it wrong as well. And Zidane is a wonderful manager. Look at his history already. He's only been a manager for a few years, but they were unsure going into game 1. They matched Chelsea with a back 3. Madrid never does that. They don't match other clubs. Other clubs match them normally. And then today he went with his back 4, but it was too little too late at that point, I think. And the service to Benzema today was far and few between. So he didn't stand much of a chance either scoring. And as I said, in the first leg, he was great goal by him. Very fortunate. And it ended up with him, though, off of the 2 deflections as well. So I think Chelsea deserve to be in the final. I really hope against Man City, it's going to be a little more exciting than Liverpool-Tottenham was. That was a 1-0 match, which was, I would say, extremely boring. Not much going on in the way of actual football being played nicely, the way we know it can be. So we'll chat more about the final. We'll preview the final in the next episode. Do you guys have anything else to add about the semifinal? All right, guys. Well, yeah, go ahead, Shanky. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, again, like this, spot on to as you said, for his tactics and the way he's inherited the team. And I think, Thiago Silva at the backline has been a great signing. Both signings actually for Manchester United, Cavani and scoring, they want to keep him. I'm pretty sure he's going to get a contract extension here, and because just the leadership, composure at the back, and it's amazing. And look, Werner's back. Werner's been, missing chances, but man, he's influential. He's very influential up there, and I'm happy he's clicking with Havertz too. So credit to Chelsea for sure, absolutely, and credit to Thomas Tuchel because this team didn't deserve to be in the final. They finished 4 last year in the Premier League. They were struggling. They were 9th when he took over, 9th or 10th, I think, when they took over. And look at them now. They're going to finish top 4 and they are in the final.
Yep, they've absolutely turned it around. I do believe with Frank Lampard, they wouldn't be in the same situation. And it's one thing for a coach to come in, but then also for players to regain their confidence and to trust a new coach coming in right away. And they can see that it's worked with the manager now. So the system's working. It'll be very interesting to see with how they match up against City. And we'll have a little taste of that on the weekend. But for now, that is a wrap. Thank you guys for tuning in. And we'll see you soon with a preview of the final. Enjoy the games.